Hi Aries, this is your Zuzu's Crystal Forecast for 2019. I am using Doreen Virtue's Crystal Angels Oracle cards, a lovely deck with lovely artwork. And I'm just going to give a light shuffle to the cards here. So this video is for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It can also be for Venus sign. If you find this resonates with you, please like, share, and subscribe. If not, please check your Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus sign. You can do that on Cafe Astrology using their free natal chart section. You can just type in your birth date and birth time and birthplace, and it will give you all the necessary information. So I'm just going to do a quick shuffle with this deck. It can be a little hard because my hands are small and the cards are big. So I will not be reading reversals for this. This is just a general crystal forecast. The thing that I love about all of Doreen Virtue's cards is that she stresses that everything in here is free will. So if at any point in 2019 you find this doesn't resonate with you, if there's a recommended stone for the month of the year you're in that doesn't resonate with you, and you find yourself drawn to something else, feel free to pick it up. All of these are meant to assist and heal you in situations. I don't personally know of any crystals that are entirely negative. So all of this information is with free will in mind. I'm going to use the bottom of the deck as your yearly overview. So for 2019, your yearly overview, Aries, is clear quartz. It says, let yourself feel all your emotions. Your entire rainbow spectrum of feelings is sending you important messages and guidances. Okay, so I'm just going to pick this up and put this towards the top right corner here. Okay, and I'm just going to deal from the top of the deck. Again, I'm not going to show any reversals here. For January, we have turquoise. For February, we have amber. For March, let me turn this around, lapis lazuli. For April, I have garnet. Sorry, my dogs are in the background. For May, opal. For June, smoky quartz. For July, angelite. For August, aquamarine. For September, watermelon tourmaline, one of my personal favorites. For October, tiger's eye. For November, sapphire. And for December, yellow jasper. Okay, I'm just going to put this deck off to the side. So for January, turquoise. This is meant to highlight your spiritual path. Your true beliefs are becoming clearer to you, which prompts you to make necessary life changes. Good card to start the year off. Something that's going to help you on your spiritual path and making necessary spiritual changes, which will affect your life path. Turquoise is a lovely blue crystal, and one of the things that it does very well is help remind us of spirit just because of its color. So this is something that would be helpful for you possibly in January as you're focusing on your spiritual path for the year to come. For February, the recommended crystal is amber. So it says, give it to God. Take a deep breath and on the exhale, release the situation to God for healing and answers. So this works kind of with the turquoise. The spiritual path is highlighted with turquoise. Giving over to the divine, any issues you have, is highlighted with amber. It might be interesting for you to pick up some amber and just take a look at it. The thing that is really interesting about amber, amber is from tree resin and it's fossilized. So frequently you'll find bits and pieces of insects, feathers, leaves, other organic material in there. And it just seems like they're kind of encased at a perfect point in time. I like amber for that reason because it kind of reminds you that time is subjective. So, you know, We think that a moment lasts forever. In amber, it can. But for the most part, you know, the moment that you see encased in amber happened millions and millions of years ago. So, moving on into March, your recommended crystal is lapis lazuli or lazuli. The thing that I really like about lapis is that this is a stone that is used as a pigment when it's ground up for illuminated manuscripts. So the brilliant, brilliant blues you see in illuminated manuscripts, like the Book of Kells, comes from lapis lazuli. So lapis, here it says life-changing epiphany or experience. So in the month of March, it looks like there's a lot going on for you, Aries. This says, it's a time of big and blessed change for you, and God is supporting you each step of the way. So if you've been focusing on your spiritual path, and you've been giving your cares, casting your cares upon the Lord, as they say, the payoff here is for you in March with lapis lazuli, in a life-changing epiphany or a life-changing experience. Now in your birth month, which is April, generally, end of March, through to, I guess, say the last week, or the third to last week in April, is Aries month. In April, you have Garnet, and so this says purification and detoxification. It says it's time to release physical and energetic toxins from your life. So with great spiritual awakening comes great reflection, and with reflection, generally comes those noticings of things that maybe aren't serving you. So that's where purification and detoxification come in for you in April, Aries. It's always an ongoing process. So, you know, don't think that you're ever done. The more you become aware of things, the higher your vibration becomes, the more you're going to realize the need for purification and detoxification in your life. In May, you have Opal. It says, let yourself sparkle and shine. You are guided to be bold, Aries, and show your bigger than life side to the world. So we all know that Aries is bold, and we definitely know that Aries can be bigger than life. So I'm going to take this card as a be yourself. Be yourself, celebrate yourself. You know, what I love about opals, when you look at them, as you move them around and the light changes, you see different facets catching fire. And showing up, and you know, generally they polish the stone very smooth. So I like to say that opals are multifaceted gems which are smoothly incorporated into the whole. And I like to think that human beings are like that. We are multifaceted, yet all our facets are smoothly incorporated into the whole. For June, you are recommended Smoky Quartz as a crystal. This is clearing negativity. Release negativity from within or around you. So always important to make sure that your vibration is as high as it can be. And sometimes when you're busy doing your thing, like you have been here in May with an opal, you know, you get some crap for it. That's just kind of how life goes. People give you feedback and some of it's not quite positive. So, you know, you can be left kind of hurt. You know, you sort of realize that life isn't what you thought it was, and people who aren't who you thought they would be, maybe you're a little disappointed. And maybe you start to kind of feel negative and down about that. For the most part, Aries is a very positive sign, but, you know, Smoky Quartz is always something helpful for people to let go of negativity in their life. And if you start to feel in the month of June that you are experiencing a lot of negativity from within or without, I would recommend that crystal for you to help you clear all that out of your life and maintain a high vibration. For July, the recommended crystal is Angelite. It says spiritual or religious community. Join with like-minded people for friendship and increased spiritual growth. So Aries, this is something that I like to say reminds you of the divine. I haven't actually seen Angelite yet. I'm going to go down to my crystal shop and take a look around, see if they've got any examples there. Looks like it is a bluish stone. But what's really important is that we have community and that we feel supported by like-minded folks. So this is a stone that encourages you to get out there and mingle with like-minded folks. And as you're doing that, just realize that there's room for the divine in your life. The Angelite is meant to remind you that as you're going about your day and as you're meeting people who, have a lot of the same feelings and expressions that you do, that there is also room for the divine in your life. For the month of August, the recommended forecast crystal is Aquamarine. So I'm a Pisces. I personally love aquamarines. Very pale blue gem. And aquamarines are meant to talk about your divine life purpose. So it looks like you really have been on a spiritual bent starting in January, moving on to February, where it says give it to God with the amber, and then a life-changing experience there in March. And then you've kind of gone through a little period of introspection, detox, some getting out there and making it happen, a little bit more clearing of negativity, and then something to connect you to your spiritual and religious community here with the Angelite. Your divine life purpose is all being highlighted by this. Aquamarine is something to help connect you to that, and help you maintain it, I guess, more at the front of your mind as you're going through life and moving into the 8th month of the year, which is August. And now we're getting into the last 4 months of the year. One of my personal favorites, which you have highlighted here for September, is Watermelon Tourmaline. And as it suggests, this is kind of a balanced blend of a pink and a blue. You get kind of a blend. It's sort of like an ametrine where you have the purple and then the yellow kind of blending in the middle. You can have periods of demarcation which can be kind of sharp, or they can kind of more gradually blend, so you might get more than just the pink and the blue merging together. You might even get some greens in there. This is suggesting that you might want to look into some stress reduction here in September. De-stress your mind, body, and schedule as you need to rest, recharge, and revive. Aries are pretty bold and all for it. They move fast, they get stuff done, they're passionate folks. Charge, 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 move forward, go fast, do it, do it, do it. You don't really think a lot about stress reduction when you're focusing on all of that activity. But at the end of the activity, you might realize that maybe you could have considered some of your activities a little bit more circumspectly. Maybe they were a bit stressful for you, and maybe you're feeling the effects. A good month to have a Watermelon Tourmaline in your pocket to assist you with stress reduction is going to be September. In October, the highlighted crystal is Tiger's Eye. It says self-confidence through God confidence. It says believe in yourself by believing in God working through you. So Tiger's Eye are fun stones. Generally they're kind of a brown, and then it looks like they have kind of a line or a star in the middle, which catches the light differently. It kind of looks like an eye. This is meant to remind you that you have the divine on your side, and as you move forward, to trust in the support of the divine and how it's working through you in your life. As we move into the last 2 months of the year, this is the Christmas holidays. Sapphire is highlighted for November. It says easy does it. Your health, happiness, and abundance require a gentle approach to life and work. Now, Aries generally don't think about gentle approaches to life and work. You guys are pretty aggressive and assertive. That can be good, that can be bad, it can be stressful, it can be whatever it is. But generally, for the month of November, it's recommended that you take it a little easy. You're bold, you're brash, and that's great. Maybe pack it in for November in 2019 and give yourself a little bit of a break. For December, the highlighted stone is yellow Jasper, and this talks about control issues. It says utilize your God-given strength and power instead of fearing that others may try to control you. Aries tend to be very strong-minded individuals, and there's nothing wrong with that. But the stronger you are, the more concerned you tend to be with other people trying to push their way into your life in some way and dominate you. Yellow Jasper is meant to highlight to you maybe areas where the struggle is occurring in your life, so that maybe you can reflect on it and make whatever changes you need to make there. You know, if you're holding a grudge, maybe you realize that you're holding a grudge, you know, and maybe you're able to release that and move on through the end of the year without, you know, worrying about being controlled by a person or a situation. So this is my crystal forecast for you for 2019, Aries. I hope you enjoyed it. If you found it resonated with you, please like, share, subscribe, and comment. If you did not find it resonated with you, please again go to Cafe Astrology, check your natal chart, kind of see what your sun, moon, rising, and Venus are, and otherwise have a blessed and safe 2019.